Denver, Colorado for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here. Dallas Cowboys taking on the Denver Broncos. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talked about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him.
And off we go from Denver. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their rookie quarterback, the young man from Georgia.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers for him from a week ago, a boatload of catches, 67 yards and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Good work after the catch, gets him 15 and a first down. They'll look to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Second down and a little more than a yard here.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
In motion goes the tight end. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. From the 28, it's second and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Hands it off out of the gun. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Incomplete. It leads to second and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And running with power here. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5.
First down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. It's their quarterback hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos are on the board first here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do now. The key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. After the touchdown, wants to kick it off. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
One touchdown, one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe he leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
They juked him. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 47. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 9. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the gun, it's a run for Williams. They'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The Cowboys at 4-3, a game over 500. But they come in losers at 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you talk about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little...
And now look at this, big game, but a fumble. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. 7-7, our score after 1. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. As they've got it as we resume action. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But
well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off. And it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he stopped immediately there. Alex Singleton, a former Canadian League star, in on the stop. Here's 2nd and 10.
At the Broncos' 28-yard line.
He'll look to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to go up top for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. George Pickens. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That'll be pulled in downfield by Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain of 28 yards there and give them the first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ground control with a soul like Bowie, and I'll chop you up if I'm under pressure. I don't really want to brag.
On play action, they'll throw. McKinnon here, it's complete. Will go down as a gain of 6. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
3rd and 1.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
Brad, what were they thinking on defense there? That looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just like an absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you try to have a few men in the box there.
That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain, the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
It's now 3rd and 2.
And here's a handoff out of the gun. And the Broncos are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a running down anymore.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Broncos are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Well, he's been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Looks good on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And he won't quite make it to the 25. But now Dallas gets set to take the field. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. They'll look to throw now on first down. That's going to be caught by Pickens. 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup.
They'll look to throw here. He'll drop this down to Williams. 3rd and 2.
Complete to Javonte Williams.
Back to throw again. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 33. 18 yards, a big pickup there on 3rd down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. Well, he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Dallas.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Looking to throw. Left side to Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Another one to C.D. Lamb. He's got it. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
At the 5-yard line.
Again, he'll drop the throw. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And his kick is indeed good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a offense at the line, ready to go. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively or offensively they're going to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
The 35-yard line.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be spotted just shy of midfield. A 59-yard attempt. And he's going to miss this one. That is no good. Well outside the left upright. So halftime straight ahead. It is time to join our good friend Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you. We are into week 8, and we're starting to get a sense as to who are the haves and who are the have-nots. Let's get into it. Our trip around the NFL starts now. In the Big Easy, the Saints at home to take on the Bucs in an NFC South matchup. And it's the New Orleans tight end. He's going to look at the catch and then look upfield and watch this. 74 yards to the end zone. The Saints move their mark to 7-1, looking good as they get the win. A look there at the rest of the action from week number 8. 6 teams on the bye: Arizona, Detroit, Jacksonville, Vegas, the LA Rams, and Seattle.
A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this third quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He had the touchdown pass earlier, adding to his impressive season total as you take a look at the NFL leaders in touchdown passes at this point in the season. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. Pickens on the slant. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And Williams is going to be stopped short of the yellow line. He did not get there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
At the 22-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and goal.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Finding space at the 40. Inside the 20. And did he get in? No. They'll mark him out at the 1-yard line.
First down. 1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run it in, going option right. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
They'll try to run this one in. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Now back to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Curtis Samuel, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have retaken a third quarter lead. Well, Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never like get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Now Williams running left. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 63 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. They had 3 tight ends in on that set, and they were really good at blocking for their running back.
And give them a lot of credit because in football nowadays, tight ends coming out of college often don't block very often. These guys have really developed into superior blockers, and that's why they use them in this formation so often.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 7 yards there and a first down.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 37.
Back to throw. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You get better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
And his kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Broncos offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
At the 23-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 7.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. And we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. The Broncos on third down. Can't be any better than a perfect 6 for 6. This is 3rd and 7. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for Broncos. First down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A play action fake. They'll look to throw. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Cowboys offense and CeeDee Lamb ready to take over once more. And he's putting together some kind of campaign. Currently 2nd in the NFL in touchdown receptions among wideouts. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. 73 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And 4 at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll drop the throw. Open man, right side, it's Lamb. And Lamb going to have a Cowboys first down as the tackle made up around the 33-yard line.
Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. That good for 19 on a first down.
That's good for a Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They give it to Williams, running right. Yeah, pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and
So
10.
they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now a 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off now. Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitch complete. It's Lamb. Call loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
So a big one coming here for Brandon Aubrey. This for a 4th quarter lead. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they miss that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he's going to put that one through the post.
Denver's offense ready to go again. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll start out here with the option left. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped it. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 2 minutes remain, and that's our score differential as well. 2 points here in the 4th quarter. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard.
They'll look to throw. That is caught. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Nico Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Lutz with the extra point. And the lead is up to 5.
23.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense and Javonte Williams head out for this next drive. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. He's back to throw. That's complete to Lamb. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
A gain of 11 on the play. And the Cowboy
back to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the 1st of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Fires a slant complete to Tolbert. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw. Right back to Tolbert.
I'm starting to wonder here, are they trying to prevent winning? Because right now, they're laying back and they're picking them apart, moving the ball downfield. I think they got to start bringing a little pressure towards the quarterback.
Able to hit his target, Lamb. 2nd down, 8 yards to go. And at 50 seconds left, he'll spike it to stop the clock. Well, this crowd making it hard to hear. This is 3rd and 8. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
They've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's going to be batted down. It will go the other way with the football. such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs.
Fourth down, and they take to the air, which really isn't a major surprise, but how about the coverage? They're able to bat it down.
The win for the Broncos, seemingly assured they go down to a knee. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Denver, they pick up their second win now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Houston Texans. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they drop back to 500 now at 4 up and 4 down. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.